So as a brand owner in the lifestyle space, what are some of the philosophies that you have about working with creators and working with influencers? As well as, what do you think are some of the mistakes that either you made or that others make in the space? Would love to hear your thoughts on both of those.
Yeah. So I think every brand would probably tell you this, but they want to partner with, you generally, and we generally want to partner with influencers and creators that align with the values of the audience, that we're going after for sure, and the brand values. So that's number one. And then I think number two is as you build out a robust influencer program, you kind of need to have different tiers as you go, right? And so we have a really large gifting team that specifically, each of the brands just focuses on gifting up and coming creators, where there's not necessarily compensation and we're just gifting them. And then we've got our bucket of larger influencers that we work with that are, our paid partnerships. And this is where it gets tricky for the brands. And a lot of them either get discouraged or they have a lot of trouble here, right? On the paid side of things is they'll say, oh, I put $100,000 in and I got $20,000 out, right? And they're not necessarily measuring all of the different effects that working with those influencers have, right? There's some that are not measurable, like the indirect community building kind of cool cred factor. There's some that are measurable, like if you give them a discount code, what's the direct sales that they're getting through their code or their link, right? But then I think the other issue is that these brands don't really understand how the entire flywheel plays into the influencer component. And if they look at it as a singular thing where we're like, look, we're going to pay influencers and we're expecting a direct ROI, they're probably never going to be able to get there. You have to plug it into the overall system, and it's just one piece to the puzzle, and it drives. It's literally like the little thing that the arrows go back. It's like great email SMS strategy drives the influencer strategy, which drives this, and it's just like this flywheel, right? And how paid media and influencers run together to amplify the influencer's message is also really important. And I think a lot of brands even when I talk about it, I talk about this with bigger brands all the time, they still can't figure it out. That's the thing is like, in the beginning, I was like, well, I don't know if I want to talk about all this. And then I literally would lay out the strategy and they still can't execute on it. And so it's just really hard to do.